What's going on YouTube? I'm your man Sgt Jmax. With me again is Sgt Jernome. What's up, Sgt? How was your day? Well, as you can see, guys, today we're here at the range, and I wanted to do a quick video so that I could show you guys kind of a battle between two of the top compensated gun that's available in California and the new kid on the block. So today we're going to do a little battle between the P365 XMACRO Comp and the new kid on the block, the Rost Martin RM1C Comp. As you guys can see, they're both compensated. The Rost Martin just came out with their compensated barrel this year at SHOT Show 2025. Pistol's been around since 2024, just started production last year. And as you all know, the Sig P365 XMACRO came out in about 2022, and they released their compensated barrel in 2023. And just so you guys know, pistols are clear. There's no magazine, there's no bullet in the chamber, and the Rost Martin is clear as well. No bullet in the chamber, no magazine. Now, the biggest difference between these two, as you can see,
Can't have guns out like that. They gotta be on the bench at all times.
the biggest difference between the two that you can see, as I mentioned, is, let me just turn around real quick, kind of got told something about where I can and can't have the pistols. But as you guys can see, the biggest difference between the two is, of course, the Sig is a 3.1 inch length barrel, but it's not compensated at the end. And the RM1C, of course, has the compensator at the end, and it's a 4-inch barrel. Now, the total length on the Sig P365 is 3.7 inches. And the RM1C, of course, is a 4-inch barrel with the full 4-inch slide with a full compensated barrel. So today, I brought Sgt Jernome out because I told him, you know, next time I go to the range that I'll bring him with me, and you guys can see he's rocking his chest rig too. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fire a few rounds through each one of them, and we're gonna see which one really feels less compensated. I'm gonna let you guys be the judge of that. I've got some federated ordnance ball ammo that I'm gonna shoot through the guns first. I'm gonna shoot 20 rounds. I'm gonna shoot 20 rounds through each of them. And then I've got some Federal HST 124 grain. The range ammo is 124 grain as well. And you guys will be able to see. It is gonna be kind of loud. They are using the floor. I'm side where, you know, I can not because I'm filming, it's the membership that I have with you guys. Let's go ahead and start shooting and see what how everything looks. Sorry, it's taking me a moment to get set up here. I just want to make sure that everything looks right on the camera for you guys. Now, because I have a CCW, I typically only shoot, I warm up with, you know, a couple magazines at about 3 yards, and then I do my actual shooting at about 7 yards, which is 21 feet. That's the distance that you're allowed to engage somebody in a self-defense scenario. Anything further than that, and you're subject to, you know, some kind of the law. You could get in trouble if you're shooting somebody beyond 21 feet or 7 yards. Sometimes I'll push it out to 10 yards just so that I can see how accurate I am at that distance. But for today's purposes, and I don't want to be here too long and make this video run forever, I'm going to shoot at 21 feet, aka 7 yards. And again, I don't really shoot beyond 7 yards, maybe even 10 yards at the most. Personally, I think that, you know, if you need to touch somebody further than 21 feet or 7 or even 10 yards away, that's what you need to have a rifle for. But anyway, guys, we're gonna load up these pistols here. I'm gonna shoot the Sig first. And again, just to make this fair, if you guys have been watching any of my videos, you know that I changed out the grip module on the Sig to the Icarus Precision Ace metal frame. But to make it fair, I put the Wilson Combat Grip polymer frame back on it, just because I don't have a metal frame for the Rost Martin. Don't know if they're gonna do one in the future. That'll be something interesting to see. But for now, just to try to make this as even as possible, because I know how the Sig shoots with the metal frame, shoots real flat, a lot less recoil than a polymer frame gun. But in order to make this comparison fair, I put the polymer frame back on. Again, it's the Wilson Combat Grip module. And yeah, guys, I dressed it out the same. The only difference is this has a Hollow Sun, 407K red dot. And then I recently put I got the Siley Wolf 2 green dot for the Rost Martin RM1C Comp, AKA her name is Raven, guys. And she's black and she's bad to the bone. Anyway, Sgt Jernome, you ready to do this? All right, man, let's get this going. So again, I'm gonna start off at 3 yards, and that way you guys will be able to see the recoil action, and you'll see, you know, how much my hands do or don't flip. You'll see which gun handles the recoil a little bit better. And again, I threw the thumb clip on this one as well, and I've got a thumb clip on the Rost Martin as well, so that way these guns, I'm trying to make it as even as possible. So let me get the headphones on. All right, guys. Headphones are adjusted. Turn Sgt Jernome around here so he can see what's going on too. Looking awesome, nice down range. Like I said, I only got the target set up about 3 yards away to start, just so that you can see the recoil action. So it's going to be a little loud in here, guys. I apologize. I'll try to drop the sound down a little bit, but here we go. All right, guys. So you saw how my hands are flipping. Those are all my shots on the target. See, those are all my shots on the target. That was with the Sig. Next, we're gonna load up a 10-round magazine in Raven here, and we'll see if the flip is any less on this one. All right, guys, so that was the first 2 mags for each gun. Again, we're only allowed to have 10-round capacity in California. So those are my hits on target. You can see I'm still right on target with Raven as well. So Serena and Raven are doing pretty good, guys. Let's see. Just making sure the angle is right on the camera. I'm gonna push it out to 7 yards now. I'm gonna load up a couple more magazines. Serena goes first, as usual. And as you guys can see, it does have the loaded chamber indicator still. I haven't changed it out yet, but it's still something I'm thinking about doing here. So here we go, 10 rounds, 7 yards. Try to brighten this up on Serena a little bit. right, guys, that was the second 10-round magazine for Serena. I don't know if you're able to see my hits or not, but got one outside the red zone here. So now I'm gonna load up Raven with her second 10-round magazine. Let's see how she does at 10 yards. All right, guys, Raven at 10 yards. You can see I did one shot a little outside, but that's just me. So everything's looking real. The guns are handling real. Sorry, there's some other people shooting on the other side over here, but now I think I'm gonna load up a couple magazines of this Federal HST. It does have factory seconds on the label here, so I wouldn't use these for home defense or personal defense. I would just use them for the range, but it does give me the opportunity to shoot the 124 grain, and this would be technically considered self-defense ammo, but again, it's factory seconds, and I wouldn't trust using this for personal defense. So let me load up these magazines real quick, and we'll start shooting again. All right, guys, so we're back again. I've got the defense ammo, if it wasn't for it being factory seconds, loaded up. Got 2 magazines for each gun here. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it at 7 yards just because it's better to shoot or practice distance than it is to practice up close. If you need to practice up close at 3 yards or less, then typically at this range you can't shoot 3 yards anyway, but you should be able to hit center mass at 3 yards anyway. 7 yards is a little bit of a deeper shot. 10, 15, 20 yards, that's further away. But again, if you need to touch somebody that far away, you need to pull out the rifle and start shooting with that. So I apologize for the noise, it is very loud, but we're gonna go ahead. So here we go. I know it's loud in here for you. You got them big pointy ears, so it might be a little bit louder for you, but everything should be all right. You'll be all right. A little bit of tinnitus won't hurt you. All right, guys, here we go. All right, so that's one magazine of the Federal HST 124 grain. Again, these are defensive rounds, but because they're factory seconds, I wouldn't use them for that purpose. I'm gonna load up the second magazine here in Serena, and we'll go another 10 rounds with her. All right, guys, so that's 20 rounds of the Federal HST. And as you can see, most of my hits are right on target, still in that zone where it could do some damage to you either way. So now we'll load up a couple magazines in Raven, see how she does at 21 feet with the Federal HST 124 grain defense ammo. And you know, I picked up this defense ammo, or the factory seconds. I picked it up at Turner's. Excuse me. It was on sale for, I want to say, I don't know, 20 bucks or something like that. Picked it up, and like I said, because it's factory seconds, I figured rather than burning my self-defense ammo, I could burn these up, and it's the same grain that I'm shooting for my target practice anyway. So I got Raven loaded up here. We're gonna go ahead and shoot 2 magazines through her, and we'll see how she does. First magazine done. Go ahead and load up the second one here. Deep breath, catch my breath. Here we go. All right. So that was about 40 rounds of target ammo, or I'm sorry, 20 rounds of target ammo, and then another 20 rounds of ammo that, if it wasn't for it being factory seconds, it would be considered defense ammo. But again, I'm using it for this purpose, so that way I don't got to burn up the ammo that I would use in my own self-defense. Now, as you can see, I did throw a few shots here, so that's something that I need to work on, and I will. Let me bring the target in a little bit closer so you guys will be able to see. So yeah, I threw a couple shots down here, but as you can see, most of them are all in the red zone, the yellow zone, which is pretty much where you want to be if you have to use your pistol in a defensive situation. So I'm going to wrap this all up, guys, and finish up this video when we get to the house. Talk to you in a bit. All right, guys, welcome back to the bunker. So again, I just wanted to do a video so you guys can see the differences in this epic battle between Serena, the P365 XMACRO Comp, and again, this is a 3.7 inch length slide with a 3.1 inch barrel. Compensator is here at the end of the slide. The barrel is not compensated at all. But the P365 has been one of the more popular weapons of choice because of its concealability and the fact that it shoots real nice and smooth. And Sig just has that name for producing high quality guns. Now, again, I know there's been some issues with the P320, but as far as Serena here is concerned, I haven't had any issues with her. I know that a lot of people talk about, you know, finding rust on their guns and things like that. You know, the one thing that you could do to combat that, guys, if you live in a high humid environment, or depending on how you store your weapons, just buy you some desiccant packs, man. You can get a whole pack of them off Amazon, like 100 pack, and just throw them either in the lockbox or your safe or wherever it is that you have them stored, so it'll soak up all that humidity in there, and it'll limit any type of rusting that may occur on your weapon. But always check your weapon, clean your weapon, and just make sure that it's not in a high humid area. You know, just like with any other kind of products, you want to store it in a cool, dry place, so that way, you know, you won't have any issues with the rusting. But again, the Sig has been around for quite a few years. I think the P365 was actually introduced in 2018, and then the XMACRO came in 2022 or 2023, and then the XMACRO Comp came not too long after that. So the Sig has been around for a while, and you know, a lot of people love her because you know, it's real easy to conceal, super lightweight, shoots really good, and yeah, guys, again, just for all you range safeties out there, we are back in the bunker, so there is no bullet in the chamber. The gun is clear, no magazine, and again, so this has been one of the reigning champs of this weight division for the last however many years. What are we in 2025? So, you know, 7 years now. And I wanted to do a comparison between the Sig P365, and I know I didn't introduce you guys beforehand, but this is Raven, my RM1C by Rost Martin. I just recently got her not too long ago, and
threw a comp slide on her as well. So as you can see, just like her sister Roxanne, she's comp, but Raven is dressed in all black. And guys, I gotta tell you, she's looking fine as. But yeah, I threw the same thumb cliff on her. Again, I went with the Siley Wolf 2 in the green reticle, and I really like the way that she shoots. In my opinion, I think she shoots a little bit flatter than Serena in this configuration. Again, I normally I change Serena over to the Icarus Precision Ace metal frame, and she shoots super flat in that outfit. In this one, she feels a little bit more jumpy. That's just my opinion, though. It looked kind of about the same on the video as far as hand flip is concerned. So in my opinion, they're both really good guns. Again, Serena cost me about 8 something, 9 something with tax, and Raven here, this is the one that I actually bought off the website, the Rost Martin website, and they gave me a hookup on the veteran discount, so it was about 3 something. So I mean, you know, the differences between an expensive gun and a not expensive gun are dependent on what you want to pay out of pocket. I think the performance of Raven here was comparable, just as good, similar, however you want to decide, to Serena. And like I said, Serena the Sig has been around for a lot of years prior to the Rost Martin joining the game. But with the quality of the Rost Martin and the shootability of the Rost Martin, you know, I really think that Rost Martin is doing something, guys. And I also just recently found out today, as a matter of fact, when I was at the range, that the RM1S has now been made available for us here in California. So I'll probably be looking into picking that one up here pretty soon and giving her a go. I'm wondering if maybe I could throw the comp barrel on there just to see how it shoots. Now, the difference between the RM1C and the RM1S, again, as I mentioned before, is the RM1S is a 3.6 inch length slide and barrel, and the grip is a little bit shorter. I think it probably comes up to about here as far as the grip is concerned. But I do believe that they give you the extended magazines. I don't know if it's going to be both of them or if it's just one, but because it's a 10 round magazine that we're only allowed, or 10 round capacity that we're only able to have here in California, I'm wondering if the RM1C mags will fit in there. If not, it's whatever. I'll probably end up buying a couple anyway. So, Sgt Jernome, what you think about Raven today? Oh, you looking pretty fly with your chest rig on, boss. Your ear's still ringing, but Raven's looking pretty clean too, right? Raven and Roxanne, sisters. So anyway, guys, that was my battle, epic battle between two of my favorite compensated pistols. Again, there's going to be a lot of debate about the best, which one shoots better, which one performs better. And in my opinion, you know, they're both really good pistols to own. Again, the Rost Martin here is going to be probably about a third of the cost of the Sig. So, I mean, if you're looking to save money, get you a good quality pistol. I think the Rost Martin Comp is going to probably go for, you know, somewhere in the neighborhood of $5. And again, the Sig with the polymer frame, of course, is going to run you somewhere in the neighborhood of about 8, 9, high 7s, all the way from high 7s all the way up to, you know, 9 or something with tax. And then depending on, you know, if you decide to change out anything on it, that's of course going to be an additional cost. Again, I did put the IntelliFire trigger on here from Tyrant CNC. The trigger that came from the factory on Raven here, I honestly think that they're both, you ain't gonna go wrong with either one of them. But of course, again, if you want to save some money, the Rost Martin is probably gonna be your best bet. Like I said, that one in California at least will probably run you 5 something, maybe 6. I don't know. I haven't seen the prices on it because I don't even know if the RM1C Comp is available in California yet, which I don't want to assume, but I've got to think that if the RM1S is available, then the RM1C Comp will be following or coming out around the same time. Anyway, guys, you can purchase the RM1C. You can purchase the Comp slide and barrel from the website on Rost Martin. So if that's something that you want to do, that's always an option for you too. If you can't wait for the Comp version to come out, I know I couldn't. So I know I couldn't. Again, I covered up the mic, but I know I couldn't. One more thing, guys. In the video, I was indoors. I did have my sunglasses on. I wasn't trying to be cool or anything like that. Those are my prescription glasses. And, you know, so again, I don't wear them in the house, obviously, because I'm sitting here shooting this video. I don't need to have them on to be able to see the camera. But again, not trying to be super cool or anything. But again, that's going to be the video for today, guys. The epic battle between the Sig P365 XMACRO Comp and the Rost Martin RM1C Comp. Sgt Jernome, you got anything to add to it? And you look good with that chest rig on. No? Just a salute for the people? All right, man. I hope you had a good time at the range, man. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Join us again for the next video. Not exactly sure what it's going to be on yet, but I'll figure something out. I'm your man, Sgt J Max. With me again is Sgt Jernome. May God bless America. May God bless all of you. And we out.